not go. I repeat, do not go to El Salvador. It's not safe. That's probably what I would have told you a few years back, but that's not the case anymore. But there are some things that you should know when planning your trip to San Salvador, specifically during certain months throughout the year. So come with me as I explore San Salvador and give you a few tips along the way. Here's a few tips before you even step on Salvadorian soil. If you're not a Salvadorian citizen, you actually have to end up paying $12 through customs. But don't worry, custom lines, sometimes they look long, but they go by super fast and the staff is really friendly. There's only about 4 rotators in the airport. It's pretty small, so there's no way that you can get lost or not find your luggage. If you're coming from the States, you don't have to worry about converting your money because the currency in El Salvador is actually USD and Bitcoin. If you're coming from another country, I would advise that you would do your money conversion in your home country before coming to El Salvador. Now, I do recommend no matter where you come from that you do have cash on you. While San Salvador is a capital city and they take pretty much credit card and debit card everywhere, it is good to have cash on you just because a lot of the vendors outside of the city tend to only take cash. They have a lot of dollar coins over there, so don't be surprised if you end up with a lot of dollar coins. Yes, do you want to be part of the video? The airport is in a super rural area. It's pretty much out in the country. When going to San Salvador from the airport, it'll be about 45 plus minutes, depending on where you're staying in San Salvador. Child, listen to me. Listen to me. I need you to listen to me, okay? I need you to listen. I need you to pay attention, come in closer, listen to me when I tell you about cars in El Salvador. If you choose to rent a car in El Salvador, please make sure it's not a chia car. Let me explain myself because I just found out about this when I was in El Salvador. A chia car is a car that the men bring their chias. What's a chia? A chia is their lover, someone that they don't want their spouse or their other girlfriend, whatever, to know. So what do? They tint the cars, blacked out tints on all the windows and even the top of the cars. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, we got to the airport super late because we kept getting delays in our flights. We got our car because my uncle knew a guy. He knew a guy. You know, what people do to get a good price on a car. He knew this guy, he hooked us up with a good deal, and the car was legit. Like, there was nothing shady or janky about this organization that rents cars, these fleet of cars. The only thing is, the cars that they have were chia cars. The windows were tinted black everywhere. They had the little top part tinted. I don't know what you call it, but those that know about cars know that the top part is tinted, and don't get it twisted. This is really good during the day when the Salvadorian sun is legit, like it will burn. But at night, it's still humid, it's still hot. And because of that, because we couldn't see anything and it was raining, oh my gosh, we were about to lose it. Like, it took us forever to get to our actual Airbnb because it was so freaking dark. Ciao. I'm just saying, if you rent a car, make sure you let them know that you do not want them with all these tinted windows. You can rent a car before you get to the actual airport at the airport, or if your Airbnb actually provides transport, they'll be waiting for you with a sign with your name right outside the airport. One of the things you need to know about El Salvador as well is the traffic. Monday through Friday, the traffic is crazy because everyone's going to work. But on the weekends, it is super clear. It's so much more easy to drive during the weekend because people don't have to go to work. A lot of Salvadorians take their leisure time very serious, and if they're not at the lake, if they're not at the beach, they're at the mall, at least in San Salvador. We are currently stuck in traffic.
Yes.
And this is the normal usually from Monday through Friday. But on the weekends, oh my. Yeah. There's cops? There's a lot of cops.
That's the president.
Oh, I missed it. So apparently the president just passed by. Tía Bukele! Deme un rayo usted. But anyways, usually the traffic is Monday through Friday. It's either in the morning when people are going to work or in the afternoon between like 3 to 5, like the regular traffic time. But on the weekends, it's usually not this bad. But just be prepared, bring some snacks, definitely bring some water. There are people that sell that stuff on the side, so you don't have to worry, but you'll also see a lot of this. A lot of motorcycles right on the line, just going through the traffic while you're stuck in it. And that's just how it is. Like, is it illegal? Yes. Are they gonna do it? Yes. But also, embrace it. Oh, look. Porvenir Isolado. Those are regular motorcycles. Oh, that's the regular traffic.
That's the regular traffic.
Okay. I guess the president has passed by and now traffic is continuing on one side, just not the other. Just be careful with the motorcycles because they really sneak in through everywhere that they can, and even though they can get away with that, it's still super dangerous when you're driving. So just be aware of Salvadorian traffic. And if you're renting a car, be mindful that if you even give a little bit of space, they gonna cut you. They're gonna get in there and they're gonna cut you unless you flag them down. But this is how you flag people down so you can get by. It's not the way we do it in the States, like this, like extra. It's very lazy. It's actually like this. Like literally. Like you're shooing away a fly. That's how you do it.
Like you telling slow down, slow down.
Yeah.
I wanna go in.
Yeah. But I didn't take it like that. I'm like, shoot. I've seen that before, and I didn't even do it. I didn't let people through because I thought that they were literally shooing a fly, but
It's moving.
now we're moving.
Bukele moves.
Thanks, Bukele. Another thing that you need to be aware of is the season that you come to El Salvador. The rainy season here is towards the end of May up to like the end of August. So by that, what I mean is it's not raining 24/7. During the daytime, you're fine. It might be a little bit cloudy. You might get a couple of sprinkles here and there, but for the most part, it's still hot, it's still humid, and you'll get plenty of sun. It's just anywhere after 4:30, 5 o'clock, once it starts getting dark, that the clouds start pouring in, and then it starts pouring like crazy. So just be cognizant of that because of your hotel stay pricing, your flight pricing, and then the activities that you want to do throughout the day. San Salvador has everything that you need when it comes to your lodging, from full houses, apartments, to rooms. You can book them through Airbnb or through other lodging websites, but here's a few things that you need to know before you get there. Some places, they don't have washers and dryers automatically, some do, and then there's others that have washers, dryers, and something called la pila. La pila is pretty much the washer / sink of everywhere in El Salvador back in the day, and a lot of Salvadorians still have it till this day. It's kind of like a 3-parter. You have one part here where you can actually wash or scrub your clothes, another one where you can put your clean dishes after you clean them or wash them as well, and then the middle portion is where you have the actual sink and you dump water and you're actually using water from that section because it holds the water there. You get a bucket and then you put it as is, and there's draining holes on both sides so the water can go down. I caught my mom actually washing some of her shirts, and I was recording her secretly because I love catching her off guard because she always tries to catch me off guard when it comes to my stuff. So I was recording her washing her shirt, and I thought it was just so funny and so comical because we have this washer and dryer here, but she wanted to do it by hand. Now, a lot of Salvadorians will tell you washing it by hand this way is way better than the washer and dryer, and in certain aspects, I do agree. But when you're washing in bulk, it takes up a lot of time. So just know you'll find that there. Okay, so here's the thing about being in El Salvador, period. For the most part, you're not going to really find a place that has hot water for a long period of time. And what they consider hot here is not what you would consider hot in the United States. Whereas if you can leave the water running in the United States and then the water will warm up and then it'll get hot, over here it doesn't. It just stays at a cool, constant temperature. It's not freezing, but it's something that you have to kind of like work yourself up to if you're not really used to the cold. And it's not super cold, right? It's not even super cold. It's temperate. It's like a nice, cool temperature. But even with the weather, the humidity, It'll help so much. There's plenty of resorts, plenty of hotels, plenty of actual apartments and houses that do have hot water, but just make sure that it says that in the description, because more than likely it won't have it. Mejor que un Gatorade. Better than Gatorade. Agua de coco. I highly recommend that you bring your own water bottle to El Salvador. You're going to need to stay hydrated. And while there are vendors on the streets during traffic or outside of the city that do sell water bottles, they look nice and refreshing because they're sweating on the outside, but more than likely they're lukewarm. Now, some people say that you're supposed to drink your water at room temperature, but look, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? I'm hot. I don't need my water being hot, I need it being cold. And this is going to help it keep cool because that water that they're selling you is lukewarm. This is your typical Salvadorian breakfast. It's beans made however you want them, eggs however you want them. Usually they do have them scrambled with veggies. You have queso fresco, tortilla, sweet plantain, and if you're a true Salvadorian like my family is and not myself apparently, you have crema as well. ¿Y la tortilla? ¿Qué?
Oh, wait, my shoes. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me.
It's a picture.
So, ¿cómo se come esto? ¿Con limón? ¿Y sal? Because I'm about that life. Salvadorians are also known for pupusas. That is our thing. Like when you hear Salvadorians, you think about pupusas. And if you haven't had one, I highly recommend that you go to your nearest Salvadorian place that you know and get you a pupusa. There's so many pupusas that you can make them to your liking. There's two typical ones, I'll say. One I am not a fan of, and you can find me in the comments. I'm all right with that, but I hate pupusa de loroco. I hate them because of the smell. Loroco is pretty much like a flour. It's an edible flour. And they mix it in with the cheese and the pupusa, and I just do not like how it tastes. I don't like the smell. I just don't like it. My favorite is called the pupusa revuelta. It has cheese, refried beans, ground pork, and it's all put together and stuffed in there. They make it flat like a pancake and they cook it. They flip it, they cook it, and then you open it and it's this gooey ooiness. It's delicious. It'll change your world. Like you'll not know what to do after you have a pupusa. You can't just have one, you have to have several. There was this app that my aunt had that was such a lifesaver and came in so clutch in the afternoons when it was raining because we just did not feel like going out. Like when I'm on vacation, for the most part, I don't feel like cooking. I came here to vacation. There's this app called Pedidos Ya. It's pretty much the DoorDash of El Salvador. And they literally will deliver your food like wherever you may be in San Salvador. Like it's great. Like I absolutely loved it. We used it so much. It came in super clutch. God, qué funny. There's so many local places that you can go in walking distance from the main strip. One of those places is el Monumento al Divino Salvador del Mundo. This is a monument to the divine savior of the world, Jesus Christ. There are plenty of other places that you can go and explore during the day or during at night even in San Salvador, and it is safe. Welcome to the historic El Salvador. This is Palacio Nacional, and that is our newest addition, which is our library. Here is the... Aquí era, mami, sí. Oh, sorry. Like, when I'm telling you it's safe, it's safe. I was walking by myself during like the evening towards the night when it was getting dark by myself. I needed to get away and just kind of like clear my mind a little bit. So I would take evening walks, night walks by myself, and even with my aunt sometimes. And it's super safe. I've actually found museums, spas that were nearby our Airbnb, and even a Korean place that I didn't get to check out, but a Korean spot right in the middle of San Salvador. So I highly recommend that you take those walks. Go through the nooks and crannies of the streets in San Salvador and see what you find. You just might be surprised, and I'm telling you, it's safe. I talk a lot more about exploring San Salvador in my blog, the Bucket List Adventures blog, and I'm gonna have it linked in the description, so make sure you check it out so you can get more tips, more tricks, so that way you can actually enjoy your time there. Till next time, stop existing and start living. Hasta luego.